Stitchy friends. I'm Emma Stitches here on Flosstube and over on Instagram. Thanks so much for joining me today. It's been 5 weeks since my last Flosstube, and life is a roller coaster. That's what we'll say about that. Somebody said that, Ronan Keating. Yes, very true. So I am in West Yorkshire, and today we have a little bit of sunshine peeping through, which is very nice. That's the weather report for today. Previous to this, it's been wet, wet, wet. We are getting very fed up of dirty towels from washing mud off the dog when he comes back from a walk, and he's not impressed with having garden baths every time he comes home, and walking him seems to be a bit of a hazard when you're trying not to break your neck on sliding mud the whole time. So desperately waiting for spring to properly arrive. Hopefully it's starting to get the better of winter now. I have a lovely cherry blossom in my back garden, and I'm just waiting for it to bloom, which I'm sure it will when some sunshine comes out. At the moment it's just tiny buds, so I shall show you that when it comes. So other than that, just dealing with being in sandwich generation. I think I might have mentioned that before. Right in the middle, me and my husband are right in the middle of our parents that need various things, and our children that need a lot of things. So yeah, teenage life, parent life, home life, work life, modern day demands don't always conspire for me to do this as regularly as I'd like to. I'm sure I will be able to at some point in the future, if that's what I want. But for now, it's just hard juggling the teenage needs. That's usually the forefront. So I shall move on from that, because that's what I'm here to escape from. Thankfully, the teenagers are at school, husband's at work, and Rafi is snoring in the other room, as per usual. So we'll just talk about stitching. Lots of good things to talk about today, and hopefully you've got a drink. I haven't got a drink. I know people don't like slurpy noises. Could do with a drink, really. But let's crack on, and hopefully you've got some stitching in hand. Just look up now and again, and I'll show you the odd thing. Otherwise, let's get to it. So I'm here. I've set up my Easter display because 2 weeks today, and it's Good Friday, very early this year. So the kids are finishing school on the Thursday. Not decided what we're going to do at Easter yet. I would like to go somewhere, but I'm really a last minute Lucy. I can't plan ahead. I struggle to plan ahead because you just never know what's going to happen, do you, or what's needed. So we haven't actually planned anything, but that means it'll be they're not back for almost 3 weeks after that, so it'll probably be about another 5 weeks before I get to another Flosstube. Anyway, I think I'm waffling, so I'll stop waffling. I shall show you my Peter Rabbit. I'm sure many of you have seen this. This was a design in World of Cross Stitching. You see a little bit of outside. Very sweet. This was a lockdown stitch on some meadow fabric. Not totally sure. I'll put it at the bottom if I can figure it out. Anyway, so here's my Peter Rabbit, and got him out for Easter. I've also been busy making some needle minders. So these are ones I made last week at some point. So I buy them as a pin badge, and then I use my Dremel tool to grind off the pin at the back and glue magnets on. So those are my latest additions. I've made quite a few, but this is a sit down. The job of grinding the pins off takes about 2 minutes, and cleaning up all the metal tiny little bits that appear everywhere takes about an hour. So yeah, it's an hour's worth of a job but it's worth it because they're really nice magnets. I did have one fail. I ordered a Northern Lights badge from a seller on Etsy and tried to grind off the thing on the back and had a small disaster. So this was for my Chatelaine, but unfortunately I've ruined it. Schoolgirl error, but you live and learn, don't you? I didn't think that the picture would grind off, but it did. So 1 fail and 6 successes, so I'll take it, it's fine. What else? This is my Fairy Wool in the Wood pattern for Months in a Mug for April. I would like to do that, so I've just got it up there just to remind me that I would like to get that done. I'm not sure whether I will manage it, to be honest, but I might at least be able to make a start. We'll see. It's got really cute stickers and a little heart charm in it as well for finishing the pillow. So that's on a wish list, and they're just there to remind me to get on with that. So I will show you my book of days for February. I managed to stitch every day, which is lovely. I have managed 1 finish. You saw the first one, so that's where I filmed. And I've managed another finish here, and then I did have my, that's the 29th of Feb. That was my leap day start, which was my Chatelaine, you'll be pleased to know. And then made a start on March. I have managed to stitch every day, just not got around to decorating that one so much. I did get some more stickers off Luna Lucy because she had some nice Easter ones. So I got these, they're very cute. There's some little free ones to say thank you. Those are sweet, aren't they? So that's for decorating. So I shall start by showing you my finish. Hooray, here we go. This is what I finished. Handmaid's Tale by Wild Violet cross stitch. Got the pattern off Etsy. I actually started this June 2022. Obviously I've stitched on it and then not stitched on it and then picked it up again, etc, etc. Anyway, now I finally finished it, so here we go. There she is. Put her there like that. So I used my own choice of red for this, which was 777 DMC in 2 strands. And then when it got to the white, I used the bright white, the B5200, and I did 3 strands of that, just so that there was no, so it was just a little bit fuller. It's quite hard with white, isn't it? And so your Latin phrase on there, which I won't read out. However, I was very pleased to hear it at the end of Samantha Morton's BAFTA's acceptance speech last month. So if you want to know what that means, you can look it up. It's Latin. It's a quote from The Handmaid's Tale. She finds it scratched into the wood on the floor of her walk-in closet. So there we go. Now, what did I stitch it on? I stitched it on a 28 count even weave, a DMC even weave. The colour is 3033. That's the colour of the even weave. So you can, it is a DMC colour in the thread. They match fabric as well. So it's a lovely colour. I really like that colour. So in terms of finishing, I decided I was going to get a frame for that. I wasn't sure what to do, and then I'd watched Cross Stitch Bunny, and she was talking about Easy Frame, where you could basically request your own measurements and amount, etc. So this is what I got. So it's lovely. It's got like a distressed with red undertones there, and I picked a grey mount with a red second mount. I also requested this backing board here in Mushroom, I think it's called, because I'm going to lace directly onto that backing board. So I think this is going to look really good. She says, I have yet to try to lace with a straight border. I'm not sure how that's going to go. There might be a few swear words with that as well. But I'm going to give it a really good go and see how straight I can get it. I don't know. I've laced before, but I haven't laced when there's been a straight edge. So it's all going to be apparently obvious, any little mistakes I make. Anyway, I think that's going to look quite cool, quite aged, and yeah, I'm really happy with that. So next time I shall show you some wonky lacing and be very proud of it. I'll show you Easy Frame actually. I was really surprised when I went on. There was so many options, and it was really, really easy to custom build your own frame. Let me show you. So, Easy Frame, easyframe.co.uk, and then you can pick a double mount, single mount, and then you've got all those colours to choose from. And it also gives you a mock-up, and you can actually upload your picture. So I uploaded the Handmaid's Tale picture, put it in the middle, and then played about with the colours. And you can choose the core colour as well. So obviously I went for a white core because I was happy to have those white edges in between the mounts, but you don't have to have that. You can have solid colours, etc. Pick your frame. You've all sorts of frames to choose from, and thicknesses. It shows you the price at the bottom as you're picking it. So you just sort of build it up, glazing, any extras, and then you stick it in your basket. So I ordered this frame on Monday, and today's Friday. It's just come this morning. That frame itself was about £25, which I don't think is too bad at all. And I also ordered another frame, which I'll show you shortly, for Let's Love Teddy, because that needs to be a focus piece, get finished and get gifted. So that meant that I got free delivery over £50. Yes, I think that was maybe 26. The one I've got for Let's Love Teddy was maybe 28. No, it wasn't that much. Slightly less than that. No, the one I ordered for Let's Love Teddy was about 20, 21, 22. And then I've ordered some craft tape as well, which hasn't come with the order. However, they've said they'll send it straight away as soon as I emailed them and said it was missing. It was really nicely packaged. Really pleased. I think that's a really good option for, especially when you want to pick your own coloured mounts and you want your own special size. Everything's cut for you, and I just requested the backboard so that I've got something to lace onto that's already the right size. So I think it was pretty good. Anyway, that's enough about that, Emma. So that was that. Watch this space for the framed finish. Next is... Where's my whips? Next WIP I worked on is Nora Corbett Capricorn. Look how lovely she is. She's lovely, isn't she? I haven't done too much on her. I haven't done loads and loads and loads across all my stitching over the last month because of family stuff that's been going on. But I think it's important that we don't put pressure on ourselves to have achieved as much as the person that achieves the most amount of stitching. I think it's important just to follow your own path, do your own amount of stitching, and I'm really trying hard not to worry about, well, I've got to have done X amount before I can show that. So with that in mind, this is where I am up to. So it might look quite similar to last time I showed you. However, there are some extra bits, and I have worked pretty hard on the beading. So I have progressed, and I am happy with how she looks. I did have a look for a frame. You know, I was talking about I wanted an oval frame. So I saw this on Hobby Jobby, and I'm just wondering whether that might work or not when she's finished, because I'd quite like her just to be in a hoop like this, so you can touch her, see the beads, etc. I think it will fit. I think it will just fit. Anyway, so that's Hobby Jobby, a pink flexible hoop. That's what you call it, don't you? She is on a Permin 32 count linen in mocha, stitched with the call for DMCs and 1 Krynic and 3 watercolours, water lilies. There is a lady on Instagram who has done all 12 Zodiac girls. They're all amazing. She's not been well, I think. She's been stitching while she's been recuperating, so I'm not going to compare. But so if you want to see Capricorn completed, I'll put her name down here. Can't remember it off the top of my head just now. Otherwise I shall continue with mine. And next up is my Queen of Thread by Lindy Stitches. She was now a Nashville Market release. I got her in the Hearts for Pam package from last year from Cottage Garden Threads. The called for colours are Cottage Garden Thread colours, these ones, which I am using and enjoying very much. And here is where I'm up to. Lovely variegations. I changed the needle to a gold needle, and did I change the hoop? Oh, I just changed her lips. I made her lips a little bit more red and juicy, and I have couched that thread on coming from the needle so that it would look like she is just literally stitching it. So there she is. Let's find what fabric she's on. It's on a Stitch Bunny Shot fabric called Gingham Hearts. Yeah, Gingham Hearts 32 count from the Stitch Bunny shop. So pretty. So just a little bit on the tomato to finish, and then this little border. So there you go, that's progress on that one. The next one to show you, I have Let's Love Teddy. I'll put a little picture in of where I was up to last time, and I'll put a picture in of what the whole pattern looks like, and this is where I'm up to. Very cute. So if you remember, I had to change Huggable because it's spelt wrong on the pattern with only one G. So I've recharted that myself, and I've changed this ear from tattered to Teddy. And this arm here has got the word favourite in it, which I'm going to have to change to the English spelling. So I need to add a U in there. So I've just avoided that bit for the time being. I went down to the bottom and started on the blocks that he's sat on. I am stitching this one on a 28 count pale blue even weave, and I am using 29 for the cross stitches, and I'm using 3809 for the blue back stitching. And that was just my own decision. Yeah, I like him, he's lovely. So at the same time as I ordered the frame for Handmaid's Tale, I thought I'll get one ordered for this. So this is what I ordered for Let's Love Teddy. So I went for a blue mount with a purple inner mount in just a nice whitewashed wooden frame. I think that's going to look cracking. I've been very careful with my measurements. I know these are looking like they might not fit. We'll see. I was very careful with my measurements, so they better add. That'll be just my luck if they don't even fit. Okay, there we go. So that's my whips. Now you also knew I was going to start my cross-stitch doll, so let's have another look at this book. So this is My Cross-Stitch Doll by Susan Bates. It was released on the 5th of March, and I was kindly gifted this book by the publishers. Gorgeous book with loads of lovely dolls in. And also, yesterday, Cross Stitcher came. Look who's there. So, fabulously, if you get this magazine, you get the patterns for both of these dolls, which is lovely. So, if you just want to have a little go or a little look better at the patterns in this month's Cross Stitcher, well, it says May. It's May 2024. I received it yesterday. Let me find the picture. Pocket people, they've called it. Look at that. And I've also seen on Instagram Sarah, Stitch Doodler. She's finished Yes. If you want to have a look at her account. She's done a really lovely finish. She said that she didn't do it right sides together and stitch round. She did it wrong sides together and did like a ladder stitch. She got a really nice finish of that. So I was coming up with a mini-me. Where is my mini-me? And I have got the front half finished. So I've done a mix and match. I've picked a head from the back of the book, and I've picked a dress, and then I've picked some welly boots. So here you go. Here's me. Look at that, how uncanny. I didn't want to mess about with trying to make her hair longer, so her hair's a bit shorter than mine. But I put the glasses on it, I gave her some nice lips. And she's in her gardening dress. She's looking sunny and she's in her gardening wellies. So all she needs is the back of her doing, and then I can make her up into a doll. I will do it wrong sides together. I'll do it on my machine. I might, not sure about the legs yet. On the book, they just got a stitch that tacks the two sides together, but doesn't separate them. But Sarah, Stitch Doodler, has done the legs separate, and it looks quite good. So we'll see. I'm not sure what I'll do. The arms will definitely be free. Some of the dolls in the book, the arms are also, they've just got a stitch down here attaching it to the back of the fabric, so it's not free. So we'll see how I get on. Got to finish it first. But that's the front finished. So I was quite thrilled with that. It's very cute. So that's my cross-stitched doll. I've just popped her on some... Oh, I went a bit smaller, didn't I? Let me check. Yeah, I went with 32 count on this. So in the book it recommends 28 count. So my doll will just be slightly smaller than the dolls that are made up in here, because they're all done on 28. But the difference was tiny. Was it about 1 centimetre or something like that? Yeah, I think it was about 1 centimetre or so difference. So she'll just be a little bit smaller, which is fine. You can still see all the detail really nicely. So she is for me, yes. She will be a doll for me. And she's looking good. So hoping, I don't know when, but definitely over the next month I'll get the back bit finished, and hopefully I'll have another fully finished to show you next time when she's made up. She's my little friend. What else do I need to talk about? Yeah, Queen of Thread, done that. And so I showed you last time my box for my Chatelaine. So I've popped a cover picture on the front, and I have now bobbinated all the DMCs for it, all 90 something of them. Look how pretty, so pretty colours. I've also organised my Swarovskis into the little pots with what it is on the chart, and they're all ready to go. Obviously that's sometime in the future. I will do the same for the Delica beads, and I've got all my other speciality threads on rings, in either on the cards or in Flosstube away bags. So that is my kit, and here is my start. Let's get it the right way around. Yeah, it is that way around. Let's pop that one behind it. And there's my start on Polar Beauty. You can start to get the idea of the Northern Lights, can't you? This is a 32 count Belfast linen. So I am working on, I'm sure you worked it out, but I'm on this central motif. So the colours that you're starting to see are these Northern Lights. There were two options included with the chart for this section. You could do over 1 or you could do over 2, and I've just opted to keep my life as simple as possible and do over 2. The over 1 looks amazing, looks absolutely stunning. There's more detail in the over 1. It's not just this divided by 4. There's much more detail put into it. It's been designed beautifully, but just not something I could face. So I'm totally happy with going this way. Which way again? That way. So thrilled. Look, the colours are lovely, aren't they? Colours are really lovely. So that's about somewhere between 500 and 600 stitches. I did not make this grime guard. I could have done easily, but I haven't had enough time, and I thought I would support a small business, so I ordered this from Etsy, stitched up. I'll put it at the bottom, put a link into her shop, and she also sent me a little matching orc catcher in the same fabric, which is very cute. So that's just really nicely holding all the excess fabric. I'm finding that this is working the best for me at the moment, a big Q-snap. I don't think I want to put it on a long scroll frames. I find it too tricky to work from. I have ordered a corner clamp for my Lowry, so I can work on it two-handed and try and crack on. I think I will be doing the 100 Days of Chatelaine with the Chatelaine Facebook group, so that I can get some good progress on it. And that's my plan. And there you go. So there's my Chatelaine as well. So I have done a fair bit of stitching, just not as much as I would like, which is just not possible. Look at her, she's cute, isn't she? What else to say about the Chatelaine? No. Oh, that was my leap day start. So in theory, I have 4 years to get that finished and finish it on leap day 2028. Husband was laughing. No doubt it'll still be a whip. Right, okay. So let's talk about what else I've been doing. I went to a fabulous retreat last weekend, the Yorkshire Stitching Retreat. I got a last minute place. It's quite hard to get on these retreats, isn't it? And I wasn't booked on any retreats at all at the start of the year, but was hopeful that I would get a last minute place, because that's how we work best here. I need to know whether this weekend is going to be okay and calm and nothing's going on, so I can go, or I can't just figure that out sort of 3 months in advance or 6 months in advance. So I was really chuffed to get a last minute place. So this was our lovely schedule. It's really good, really lovely, organised beautifully. So I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was at Hollins Hall Hotel, which is just north of Bradford. Great. It was a place, actually, I'd been about 20 years ago to a wedding, so it brought back a lot of memories going there. It was a good friend of mine who got married. Unfortunately divorced now, but I never really liked him. The hotel itself, the room where we were in, I'll put a picture up, we were in like an upstairs room, a huge room. It was really, really nice. Lots of light, loads of natural light, as well as light inside. I really loved the room. You could see what was going on at the front. There was another wedding on the Saturday that we were there, so we were all having a look out when they were having the pictures taken on the lawn. There was about 40 people? Might have been a few more than 40. Some great groups, and I was sat with the Yorkshire Stitchers from my Saturday. Used to be my Red Lion stitching, now is stitching at another place called The Space. A really lovely gang. Jenny, Janet, Jane, Maggie, Tracy and Lynn, the Lancashire Stitcher. So me and Lynn were the honorary Yorkshire editions Lancashire additions to the Yorkshire table. It was such good fun. There was a lot of other familiar faces there as well. It was really good. It's lovely seeing everybody else's stitching, lovely seeing the brag table, some gorgeous pieces on there. I'll show some pictures of those. My favourite was this one. Lots of people were starting the Vivsters Quaker stitches. I'm sure you've seen them. Let me pull them up. Quaker tiles. Yeah, so these lovely, lovely flags from all around the world. And she's also kindly done a Yorkshire one and a Lancashire one. So there's quite a few people doing that. I was having a think about it. It's a really big piece. They're absolutely huge, but beautiful designs. And so I was having a think about it. I've been a bit of FOMO, thinking I want to do one, but it's very big, and if everybody's doing something, you sort of think, oh, maybe I'll get bored of that really quickly because you'll see it everywhere. And I think that's what had happened to me. So I was having a look through the Vivsters website, vivsters.com. I know she's got an Etsy shop as well, but you can go direct. And so I decided to buy this one instead. How pretty is that? What's that called? Christmas ornaments. Quaker Christmas baubles. Yeah, so gorgeous patterns. That one is 220 by 280 stitches, but it's not as big because it's not all solid stitching, there's gaps. And I also really liked this one, Festive Treat Sampler. So I did go ahead and get that as well. That one's smaller. That's 120 by 130. Very pretty. Really liked that. There was another one I liked, but I resisted. I stopped at 2. I really like this one. How cute is that? Jenny was saying, why is Santa huge? But it's perspective, isn't it? He's at the bottom of the drive. He's at the front of the drive and the house is in the rear. So that's why Santa's huge, Jenny. He is lovely. I do still really want him, but I'm just resisting for the time being. So have a look at Vivsters. Really good, some really nice stuff on there. So the retreat was a lot of fun. I worked on my cross-stitch doll, the Chatelaine, and I did have a new start as well because we had a white elephant raffle. So that's the one where you have a number, it gets called, you pick a prize that's wrapped up, you don't know what it is, you open it, and then the next number that's called has got a chance to steal it off you if they want. So it was pretty good fun. Obviously the stealing bit is a little bit tricky, especially when someone's like gone, oh, this is amazing, I love this. And unfortunately, somebody opened something that I really, really wanted. I feel even guilty even talking about it. So, have you seen the Just Nan little mice? So the Yorkshire Stitchers have all been talking about these Just Nan little mice for a few weeks, and there's some being worked on. Anyway, this one came up. Just Nan, Romeo the Groom mouse. Look at him. And in the packet, you get his top hat and his tail and a little rosebud for his lapel. How lovely is that? So I'd really wanted to do one with the Yorkshire stitches. So unfortunately I stole from the person before me. Yeah, It also came with the thread that you needed and a piece of fabric. I feel very bad. You're going to think I'm an awful person now. They picked a new prize, and so on and so on and so on. So there were a few steals. I wasn't the only one. I do feel bad about it, but I did also I really wanted one of these just nouns, and they're very hard to get hold of. Just a few. Anyway, stop talking about that now. But I made my start. So here's his lapel. That was a Sunday afternoon start. So by that time I was very tired. Knew I was going home very shortly. And a lot of people already had gone home because they had longer journeys than me. I was only 20 minutes away. So that was a bonus for me. But it just meant that everybody left sort of around lunchtime on the Sunday. And you know what it's like on that Sunday afternoon at a retreat. You start to get the come down and don't want to go back to reality. You just want to eke it out a bit longer, but you're absolutely shattered. So it was one of those. So that's the little mouse. Jenny did finish a beautiful one while we were at the retreat. I'll put a little picture in of hers. So cute. And Tracy was teaching us all how to do the finishing. So hopefully that will be in the future also. What else did we do? Oh, so we also did, so my item that I put in the white elephant, they were all, had to be somewhere around £15. So I bought this for my present to go in the white elephant. So you may be wondering why it's in my hand, because obviously I had to buy two because I couldn't bear to part with him. So I bought two of him. I also added a hoop as well, like the other one that I showed you, the flexible hoop, but in red, that I think would fit round him, or would have to be used for something else. So I got him in a hoop for the prize, and the lady that got that was thrilled, I think. But I was thinking of the Year of the Dragon, Sal, and just thought, oh, he's lovely. How lovely is he? So I would like to start him. He's comes with Ada, but I wouldn't stitch on the Ada. I'd find something else. I'd probably find something with a nice colour to put him on. I would like to do him. So yes, I bought one of those for myself at the same time as buying one to give away. God, I'm a naughty girl. I'm such a naughty girl. We got a really lovely little box of Mother's Day mints on Sunday morning when we got to our tables. Put a little picture in there. That was a really thoughtful idea. Everybody got one. I'm sure there was some people there that aren't mothers, but it's still a nice gesture, isn't it? And I took my little ribbon off and popped it on my tin. This was my little tin that I filled with the bits of things that I needed. So that was lovely. It was really sweet. It was hard to come home, and things didn't go so well when I got home either. Mother's Day went down the pan, put it that way. So it was nice to have a bit of chocolate. At the retreat, it was really good. I did also win some chocolate and a little bottle of gin, which I don't really drink. I'm almost teetotal, so I did give that away to someone on my table that hadn't won anything. And I also got another Denke Designs special for the Yorkshire Stitchers Retreat with the Yorkshire White Rose on, tin and needle minder. So that was lovely. Nice little commemoration. Really good retreat. Really enjoyed it. Lovely hotel, lovely room. Food was great. Some people weren't totally happy, but you can't please everybody all the time, I think, and I'm just glad when I don't have to shop for it, prepare it, cook it, eat it cold after everybody else has eaten their food, or something occurs in the middle of dinner and you don't get to eat your dinner anymore. So I was quite happy. Would love to go there again. I'm on the waiting list for the October retreat, and I've managed to get on to next March's retreat. So I'm thrilled about that, and obviously it's perfect for me because it's only 20 minutes away, and I hate driving. So it really was lovely getting in my car at 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon, knowing I only had to drive 20 minutes and I'd be home. So I was very lucky in that regard. So I did also pick up a couple of freebies. There's obviously some shops upstairs, and I picked up a couple of these magazines that somebody had kindly put on the freebie table. So thank you for that, whoever you were, if you're watching this. This one's even got its little free gift in it. A cute card. Fizzy Moon. So I picked up a couple of freebies. I wasn't going to buy anything because I've already spent a fair bit of money on pre-orders from Nashville, which I'm still waiting for at the moment. I would have had it, but I've asked Sue at Peakside to add me in another couple of things. One of them is the Next Fabulous House, so we're just waiting for that to come in. I think it's a bit delayed, isn't it? Probably because of Nashville. So I'm just waiting for some extra things on that and some threads for things I did pre-order. Obviously the bobbin mouse, Stacey Nash, and the squirrel, Stacey Nash, and the cookbook I ordered, and one other thing that I can't quite remember at the moment. So that'll be exciting when they come. I did get, where's my haul? I did get another pre-order from Trudy Ann Designs, who sells as Jeff P. Smith on eBay, and she had this one, Teresa Koga, The Needleworker's Oath. So I went ahead and purchased that. I love it. I love it. I really love the original artwork for this as well. I mean, this conversion into cross stitch is beautiful, but Teresa's original artwork is something else. Really, really nice. I'd seen that on her website. DMCs and CCWs. What's the name of them? Don't know. And I had an eBay battle, which I quite enjoyed. I love a good eBay battle when you're trying to get things. And got these Silver Creek samplers, Do Re Mi, what they're called, Singer Sampler series. When was this from? I'm not sure, it must be a few years ago. Anyway, Do Re Mi Fa, So La, Ti Do. If you've seen the old videos on my YouTube channel, I was formerly in a choir, we did do this as one of our warm-ups, singing the song. So this has just got a special meaning to me. Had five lovely years in that choir. The videos are from when I was joining as they were doing like a test month. You could go and try it out for a month, and at the end of that month, if you wanted to, you could audition. You had to audition to get in, and luckily after that audition I did get in. There was 15 of us that got in, and I was with that choir for 5 years until lockdown, and then lockdown ruined a lot of things, but that barbershop, it was a ladies barbershop choir, and we were national champions several times while I was in the choir, and they are again now. We were also European champions, called the White Rosettes, again on the Yorkshire theme. Really enjoyed that, but that's why that means something to me. It will be a special memory of my time with the White Rosettes. And I also had a eBay battle for these as well. I really liked these are the what are they called? alphabet samplers. It must be like alphabet samplers or something like that. Anyway, it's the STU and the VWX that I managed to win. There was 4 I was going for. My favourites were the X is for cross stitch, and this one I got S is for sewing. Obviously all the patterns are there, but those are the 2 that I want to stitch from these. So I'd already bought all that along with the Nashville pre-order, so I wasn't intending on buying anything, but then you feel bad for the shops that have come to the retreat, don't you? So I did go ahead and I got the fairies, Mirabilia fairies, because I have had my eye on those for a little while, and I've just ordered the threads for these last night. I bought a little Mill Hill and another one for a present for somebody, and a few beads. So I thought this would actually be really nice for the Halloween fairy. It's not what's charted. What's charted is a coral that's sort of the wand. There's a wand there and down the edge of the wings. But I actually thought, do you know what, those might look nice. So that was my idea for that. And some tealy, shiny ones. And then a couple of treasures which I liked. You can see that very well. A couple of flowers. And the only other thing I got was a de-stash from Lindy, the Lancashire Stitcher. She was de-stashing this. Flosstube friends. This is a Robin sample pattern. Never heard of that. October House Fibre Arts. Robin Sample is the designer. Yeah, so that's all my haul, I think. So with the frames and the threads and a few more patterns. I did get another couple of things. It's Comic Relief Red Nose Day today here in the UK, where it's like a charity event to raise money for people in the UK and all over the world dealing with poverty and conflict and all the difficulties that a lot of people have to deal with. So they have merchandise. They do a fundraising evening tonight on television, and then they have merchandise available to buy as well. So I bought this canvas bag. There's Wallace and Gromit wearing their red noses, because a portion of the money goes to the charity. It's always really cute, it's nice quality. And then there was another little pouch that went with it. Morph. Morph was a character that used to be on television in the 80s. Really cute. So what I thought I could do is transform this into a project bag. And that's my plan. And a notions pouch that will go with it. So that's another plan on my list, to transform that and see if I can do a wonky zip. But it doesn't matter, does it? The main thing is you just have a go and have fun doing it. So that was the last thing, and it was for charity. Mostly for charity, partly for charity, mostly for me, a little bit for charity. So there you go, that's the end of my stitching hour. Everything I've been up to, the bits I've stitched. Hope you've seen something that you liked, that you maybe think, oh, I'd like to stitch that. Hope I've given you some inspiration. Thanks very much for joining me. There's obviously so many different floss tubes now. We're spoilt for choice, aren't we, when we're watching things? So I appreciate anyone that's stayed with me for the last 56 minutes. It is appreciated. I just like to be able to communicate, socialise with the stitching community, because it's important, you know, as a housewife sat here on my own some of the time, it's nice to be part of a big community, get to retreats and stitchy days and get to know some of you better and see what you're stitching as well. It's all the pleasurable side, isn't it, of our life. It's our release, therapy, etc., hobby. Wish we could do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but we can't. But anyway, thanks for joining me, and I wish you all a lovely weekend, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks very much. Bye.